Hey folks, welcome to Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. And today on the show, I have two brand new entertainers that have never been on the show before. I've got Ziggy, the MC over at the Shanghai Circus. He is the artist of oddities. And then I have Liv Morrow, who is a contortionist and aerialist and just came to town not that long ago. And so we look forward to talking to them about their background and about the show over at the Amazing Acrobats of Shanghai. So here's the deal. If it is now literally the end of September, September is always a great month to come to Branson. I always tell people it's not too hot, not too cold, but you have another month to come to Branson this fall before we start Ozark Mountain Christmas. And so if you're like, I don't know where to go this fall, think about coming to Branson. There's a lot of fall festivals happening, crafts happening, pumpkins, shows, golfing, lots of attractions. And so get out of the house and come to Branson. Now, when I'm filming this, I had actually just heard that Broadway opened up and they are requiring people to show their vaccine passport. They're requiring them all to be masked. And Branson has been open for a long time. People have been coming here having a lot of fun. Most of the shows are not going to require you to show a vaccine. They're not going to require you to wear a mask. You certainly can if you want, and they've been very good about social distancing. So don't worry about all that craziness and just come here and have fun. And everything is pretty much open. You're going to have a great time here in Branson, Missouri. We'll be back in just a minute with more. Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson, and today, for the first time ever, I have two brand new guests, never been on this show. I have, I'm going to get this name right, Liv Morrow, I got it right, and Ziggy.
Hi. Yep.
And welcome to the show. And folks, they are with the Shanghai Circus over at the Grand Shanghai Theater, Mickey Gilley Grand Shanghai Theater, and featuring the Amazing Acrobats of Shanghai. And so, welcome.
Thank you.
And you guys do speak good English,
yeah.
I understand, so we don't have to have a translator today. And you're in the show, but before we even talk about what you do in the show and the show itself, is kind of give us, each of you, give us your background on how you got into this business. We'll start with you.
Sure. I started out as a dancer as a very young child in East Tennessee, and I always had interest in circus arts, but didn't see it as something accessible to me. And then when I was in college, it just fell into my lap, and I ended up doing a training program in New York City, and I really fell in love with it and kind of redirected my path a little bit and just focused on becoming a performer. And I had natural flexibility as a child, and had taught myself a few things of the contortion path, and I had a few really awesome coaches who helped retrain my technique to better technique.
So when people say contortion, like, just give a definition of what that means if someone doesn't understand that.
Sure, it's utilizing extreme flexibility for poses that also require a lot of balance.
Yeah. So. Folks, you just heard a phone ring, but we keep going. This is no editing, so that's just part of the fun of this.
Raw.
Yeah, it's raw. So, Ziggy, tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
Well, I came to Branson in 1996 originally with my family. We came with The Promise out of Glen Rose, Texas.
Yes.
So that was kind of, I've been in theater pretty much my whole life. So we moved there. We moved here. That show eventually, you know, sometimes shows close. It closed, and eventually was able to like reopen and do really, really well. But you know, the rest of the family and I had to get normal jobs for a while, and then, you know, in terms of like my entertainment, I mean, I got a magic kit when I was 9. Just like every other magician like on the planet, that's always the bug that gets him, is that birthday magic kit. so I did magic very seriously for many years, and then had a mentor that was able to teach me how to eat fire and do some...
Folks, did you just hear that? He said that really quickly, but he said eat fire. Okay, go ahead.
You know, he taught me how to do some of that extra weird stuff, and so I was really lucky to meet him and him to teach me that, and ever since then it's just been I've been doing nothing but making people go, what? Why?
Yeah. And so have you been doing this like all over the country or different locations?
Yeah, I had a great opportunity to work with some amazing people and travel all over the world, to like Bermuda and Canada and all over the country. I've been to, you know, I think 42 states out of 50.
Wow.
And I've gotten to eat fire in all of them, so it's pretty great.
Now, not very many people can say that.
Not
like,
many, no.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It might be a Guinness Book of World Record. Number of states you've eaten fire in.
And to think too, yeah, right. And to think too, well, just like what Liv said. I mean, you know, I grew up in a place where like circus arts isn't that accessible. You know, typically something like that is only available in like bigger cities, not in places like East Tennessee or Branson, Missouri. There's no circus schools here. You know, so being able to have someone and being able to luck into a situation where you can, you know, pursue something that is so unique is really, really
special,
gratifying and special. Yeah.
Now, how long have you guys both been here in Branson performing?
I just got here at the beginning of August.
Okay, so you're very new. You're very new.
She hadn't seen it all.
I know, right? I haven't done all the things. The hula hoop artist and I arrived most recent. So.
Okay. Okay. And then Ziggy, what about you?
Like I said, I moved here in 1996 and I never left.
Okay, so you've been stationed here for a long time.
Yeah. I've lived here for a long time. My family's been here for a long time.
Okay. So you know the Brooks brothers then?
Yeah. Yep.
So they helped
Brandy
start
and
the
Bill
Promise.
Brooks. Yeah. Again, they're family. They've been family.
Okay.
Good people.
Okay. So, like, what happened that, like, you got this gig? Like, how did that all come to be?
I was contacted by one of the former artists to take over a track, and I sent some videos, and they liked my work and said, "Come on over."
So it was all about connection.
This particular one, yeah, and that's not a consistent thing. I've had jobs come in really different ways. Somebody found my Instagram once, and that's how I got an international job. I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah. So if someone wanted to follow you on Instagram, could you want to give your handle out?
It's _live_Morrow_.
There we go. Okay.
But if you just look up my name, yeah.
Google it, right?
Google me.
As they would say. And then, Ziggy, you're doing, besides eating fire, you're also an escape artist.
Correct.
And an illusionist.
Yeah.
And so you're fixing to do some of this in the show, is my understanding? Because you're the MC of the show.
Yes, yeah. So as you know, I said before, I have the amazing honor to be the voice for all these people. A lot of these people are very powerful performers, but they perform to music, and it's kind of hard to hold a microphone while you're climbing 20 feet in the air and doing flippies. So they have me, and I'm great to do that. Like I'm really happy to be doing that. And so that's just my job as the MC, is just to be the voice for them, to give the information to the audience that they wouldn't get from them normally, to set up the audience for, applause cues and things like that. They can't. Typically can't, say, how about a round of applause? So they'll need to know that a nod or a gesture or something like that.
He establishes the energy right away, and people get really comfortable.
But yeah, so I've done. So I do an illusion in the show right now. We are fixing to replace it with a modernization of Harry Houdini's milk can escape. I'm going to be, and it's actually interesting because Houdini debuted his milk can escape for the first time to open an American tour, and he started it in St. Louis, Missouri, is where he debuted the milk can escape. So we're going to do a modernized version of the milk can escape. I've got an 80-gallon tank that I'm going to be locked in. We're going to be doing it through the month of October. and possibly into November and December.
Okay. So if somebody wants to see the milk can, they need to come check it out. I tell you what, this is a great place for us to stop, folks. We're going to stop here, and we're going to learn more about the show in just a minute. So hang tight, and we'll be right back.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need ibranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at ibranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. ibranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show, and we are talking about the Shanghai Circus and the amazing acrobats of Shanghai. And this has been a long-running show in Branson. And if you're not familiar with where it's at, it is on the strips, West 76 Country Boulevard, and it is kind of in the thick of the entertainment industry. It used to be the Mickey Gilley Theater. Now it's the Mickey Gilley Grand Shanghai Theater. And so if somebody's never seen this show, they have no clue what we're talking about, kind of walk us through what this show is like and what it's about.
It is a multi-variety show with an amazing blend of classic Shanghai Circus and modern Cirque du Soleil, where a lot of people will think when they hear Shanghai Circus, they think of the classic Shanghai Circus that's been here for a long time. Truth of the matter is, Shanghai is one of the most diverse places on the planet. You have more people from more nationalities in Shanghai than anywhere in the world. So when people hear Shanghai Circus, they often think of the classic old school Shanghai, Chinese circus. We are not that. We are Shanghai in that we are diversive, we are passionate, we welcome everybody from everywhere. We don't just have performers from Shanghai. We have performers from Morocco, Australia, Taiwan. We've had Cambodia. We've had all the way to Boston. We've had everywhere. We've had people from New York, from Chicago, from just in the almost a year that I've been there, we've had people from just all over the world, literally all over the world. And it's really cool because these guys are not, they do like, our artistic director, Tao, does, the Chinese yo-yo or the Diablo. And it is a very classic Shanghai. It's been around for hundreds of years. Right. But the way he does it is so high energy and so impactful and so hardcore. It's such a modernized, great version, and it's ever changing. So even if you've seen it once, you can come back and you can see it again, and it'll be something different. You'll see something you didn't see before.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you're part of the show, and so you're like contorting, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what you would call it?
I would.
She contorts.
Yeah.
I contort.
And so talk a little bit more about that, and if you want to talk about it other parts of the show, you can.
Sure. I do 2 acts, aerial hoop and contortion. What would you like to know
What's
about
aerial
it?
hoop?
It's a steel ring that is rigged on a line, and I go up and I spin a lot.
So you're in the air. You're in
Yes.
the air with no safety net below.
Correct.
And you're doing all sorts of crazy stuff.
Some would say that, yes.
Okay. And then what's the other one that you just said?
Contortion.
So is that where you have do you have something like on the ground?
Yeah, it's a platform, and I do a combination of dance and handstands and pulling my leg this way, pulling my leg this way, yeah.
And so when you're doing this, like, are you able to see the reaction of the people? And what are people like? What's their facial expressions?
That's a mix. Some people are really weirded out by contortion, and every now and then I'll get an oh my, like what? And those are kind of fun, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So because like when I of course I haven't seen you in the show, but when I've been there, it's like the question people always ask are like going, how do they do that?
And
like,
how much pain are they in?
Because like the normal person can't normally do what you guys do. right? Like you have a special talent that not everybody can do.
Yes, there's talent, and then there's cultivation and discipline, and I had natural inclination toward it as a child. I was very bendy as a child, and who doesn't enjoy the attention of their teachers? And when I would do those things in my dance classes, they would ask me to do more, and I would, of course, yes, whatever you say. So that's kind of how that got going, and I just enjoy the process. I enjoy being on stage. I enjoy every aspect of it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Ziggy, give us can you share with us maybe some of the other acts that are also in the show?
Man, so we've got a bounce juggler, we've got a hula hooper, we have a sear wheel, we have aerial straps, aerial rope, we have fire eating magic, we have a sideshow bit where I hammer a 4-inch nail into my nose.
Pleasant.
Yummy. Let's see, with contortion we have an international hand balancer from Taiwan who is like, I'm pretty sure he's actually like Tinkerbell reincarnate. He's like
human.
Floating. He's inhuman. I think he's inhuman. I don't think he's actually human. The way he's able to balance and counterbalance his body live 6 days a week is like.
I've taken class from him.
It's, right.
I went to New York to work with him, and now I'm like, we're in the same job. Yeah.
That's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting.
It's really cool, and it's also been really great. I mean, I've worked with people that are like superstars in the circus, just working here, like in little old Branson. The hand balancer we had last year, Junru, like won China's Got Talent by hand balancing.
Wow.
She like,
I didn't realize
yeah,
that.
yeah. I didn't either, and I had worked with her for months, and then I was just like, someone was like, Junru's a rock star in the hand balancing world, and I was like, what? And then I googled Junru and it was like China's Got Talent winner. I'm like, what?
Yeah. See, these are things we got to know, right?
Yeah. So
This is here.
yeah. But there's everything. There's everything that if you don't see it in the circus in our show the first time you come back, it'll be there again at some point. We are ever changing.
So folks, here's what I like about this show is because in the past people thought that Branson was just country music, and there is nothing wrong with country music, but your show really speaks to the diversity of the entertainment in Branson. And so if somebody, like if they don't want to go to what I'd call music show, they can come to your show, and it is very family friendly. The whole family will enjoy it, and you guys are doing something totally different than what other theaters are doing. And I think that's what makes Branson very special, is because there is such a huge variety of entertainment, and so a lot of different types of people can come here that may want to see different things and can be part of the show community. So I'm guessing you guys see a range of people in your audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We see all ages, and during the summer it's definitely more like you can definitely tell the age gap shifts from the summer into the fall and into the winter in terms of our audiences. We'll get less children outside of summertime.
Right.
But we see all kinds of shapes, sizes, colors, and
yeah. Now, I normally would tell people, like, here's the days you perform and the hours. But when I went and looked at the schedule, I'm like, you have 3 times that you guys perform, 10, 2, or 7:30. But it's like, the calendar's kind of all over the place. And so you really have to just
varies.
You just have to go check the calendar.
Yeah, go to the website, follow us on Facebook, Shanghai Circus, Acrobats of Shanghai. TripAdvisor, you can look us up on there, Shanghai Circus, Acrobats of Shanghai.
And then we always do tell people, if you want to go see the schedule and book too, you can also go to ibranson.com.
Of course.
The
Definitely
address,
go to ibranson.com.
The address is 3455 West 76 Country Boulevard. And so, first of all, let me just say once again, welcome to Branson.
Thank you.
And welcome to the show business.
Yeah.
You've been in it, but you're back. That kind of thing.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So, folks, we'll be back in just a minute to wrap the show up. Hey folks, thanks for watching the show today. We're wrapping the show up. We want to thank Liv and Ziggy for doing the interview with us today. Be sure to go check them out over there. I'm excited to be able to go do that in the future. On next week's show, we're going to have some folks from King's Castle. So we look forward to seeing them next week here on the show. Also, I did mention last week a show that's coming in for a couple days. Jason Coleman is going to be doing his Forever Floyd Kramer show, and he is the grandson of Floyd Kramer. That, in fact, starts today, September 30th, going October 1st and 2nd at the Majestic Theater. We also have Daly and Vincent today. We have the Oak Ridge Boys today in town. They're here several other dates. And then coming up, the first part of October, we have Larry's Country Diner over at Clay Cooper's Theater. Neil McCoy's coming back October 8th. We have Crowder in town October 11th, Guy Penrod October 12th, the Bellany Brothers October 15th, Jimmy Fortune is in town starting on October 7th, Gene Watson the 16th of October, Bobby Marquez October 22nd and 23rd at Branson Star. He's a country singer. He's had written a lot of songs for a lot of big guys and has gotten a lot of awards himself, so you might want to check out Bobby Marquez over at the Branson Star Theater and several others. If you need help planning your Branson vacation, whether that's lodging, shows, attractions, or maybe you want to save even on dining, you can talk to the folks at ibranson.com. You can actually buy it all online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or you can call them at 877-ENTERTAIN. That's not 24 hours a day or 7 days a week, but normal business hours, they're there. They can help you out, or you can go on the website and just buy it all. ibranson.com, and we'll see you next week on Play Branson.